Nicos Anastasiades is a Cypriot politician who has been president of Cyprus since 2013. He was re-elected in 2018. Previously, he was the leader of Democratic Rally between 1997 and 2013 and served as Member of Parliament from Limassol between 1981 and 2013. Anastasiades is a lawyer by profession and the founder of law firm Nicos Anastasiades and Partners. He graduated in law from the National and Kapodistrian University of Athens and completed postgraduate studies in shipping law at University College London. During his university studies, he was a member of the Centre coalition based in Athens formed by Yurios Papandreou. Anastasiades was first elected to the House of Representatives in 1981 and was leader of his party from 1997 until 2013. In March 2012, Nicos Anastasiades was nominated as a candidate for the 2013 presidential election against his rival MEP Eleni Theochouris in a vote among the 1,008-strong executive of the Democratic Rally. Nicos Anastasiades received 673 votes and Theochouris received 103. In the first round of the presidential election on 17 February 2013, Anastasiades won 45% of votes, while Stavros Malas and George Lilikas earned 26.9% and 24.9%, respectively. He won in the second round against Malas with 57.48% of the vote and was sworn in as president on 28 February 2013. Anastasiades had to break campaign promises by agreeing to let the banks confiscate 47.5% of bank accounts over €100,000 in 2013, in order to acquire a €10 billion bailout from international lenders. Speaking before a committee of inquiry into the island's economic collapse, Anastasiades conceded he reneged on his pledges not to accept a haircut on deposits, stressing that the alternative would have been catastrophic for Cyprus. He later came to comment that Cyprus was treated as a guinea pig with extreme measures never applied before. But despite his counter-proposals, they were all blatantly rejected during the Eurogroup meeting. However, such claims were heavily criticized on the press for being misleading, citing references from Eurogroup's members who stated that the bailout plan was actually Anastasiades' proposal. Additional criticism was due to claims that the president himself warned his associates and friends to move money abroad before financial crisis hit. Despite the heavy criticism, the government's effective management of capital controls, however, revived the country's banking system, and Cyprus was able to exit the bailout in 2016. During his electoral campaign for the post of Cyprus president in 2013, he announced his commitment to reduce military conscription in Cyprus to 14 months during the first 100 days of his term. During the early months of the Anastasiades administration, there was important planning for the reduction of military conscription to 14 months in order to increase the incentive for 18-year-olds to serve their conscription and to reduce the financial burden to the Cypriot state. Minister of Defense Fotis Fotiou announced that there would be a final decision on the reduction of military conscription towards late 2013. There was increasing pressure for ending military conscription due to the 2012-13 Cypriot financial crisis. In early August 2013, Minister of Defense Fotis Fotiou announced the reduction of military service, which was in the electoral manifesto of Anastasiades. He supported that national service will be reduced to 18 months in the first phase and decrease further to 14 months before the end of 2014. On 25 February 2016, it was decided by the cabinet to reduce the military service to 18 months for all conscripts who joined in the summer of 2015, and to reduce the service to 14 months for all those who joined thereafter. Anastasiades supported the Annan plan for Cyprus, even though a majority of his party voted it down. Some of his intra-party opposition even called for Anastasiades to step down. Many party cadres were up in arms over Anastasiades' letter to the European Parliament alleging that the government trampled on free speech and human rights during the referendum's Yes campaign. The government cited the National Television Council's data that showed that the 6 parties supporting the no vote got as much airtime as the 2 that supported the UN plan. The start of peace negotiations between Nicos Anastasiades and his Turkish Cypriot counterpart began in October 2013, attracting the interest of international media and world leaders including Barack Obama. On 3 November 2019, newspapers reported that under Nicos Anastasiades' government, the Malaysian con man and fugitive, Joe Low, had been granted Cypriot citizenship. It was reported that Joe Low obtained the passport under the Cypriot Citizenship Investment Scheme just 2 days after investing in some property in Cyprus. At the time, there was no warrant against Joe Low for the 1MDB scandal. However, he was already under investigation and investigators were closing in on H.